4th of July celebrations next year could be a little less explosive. Michigan lawmakers are pushing a bill that could keep fireworks out of your backyard. 7 Action News reporter Anu Prakash with more now on the possible changes.
Our phones never stopped ringing over all of the calls. Everyone described it as a war zone here in Dearborn Heights.
That's Fire Chief Dave Brogan talking about the recent 4th of July weekend and complaint calls surrounding fireworks. His city had 87 calls that weekend, and according to the Arab American News, nearby Dearborn had more than 650.
Our dispatch center was getting constant calls about fireworks going off, and the police can only respond to so many calls, at a time.
It's that strain on resources as well as worries about fires, injuries, or even deaths that are just some of the reasons Fire Chief Brogan backs legislation to prohibit the sale of aerial and explosive fireworks. State Senator Glenn Anderson of Westland will be introducing legislation to restore Michigan's fireworks law back to its pre-2011 regulations. That's when only the professionals could buy the powerful stuff. Senator Anderson says he heard an outcry from people who live in densely populated areas. People we talked to say something needs to change.
Just anybody who's setting them off, people get hurt. And it's the noise is really a pain in the neck.
We have 8 grandchildren, and of course kids want to get involved in that. And if you can tell them things aren't legal, that's one barrier you can kind of set up, but when they see it's a free-for-all, I think it's an invitation.
James Stages disagrees. He worked with the legislature for 5 years on the current fireworks bill. He's president of Pro Fireworks with 9 retail stores.
Law enforcement has all the tools in the state bill to enforce it, and they're not doing it. Not only do they have it in the state law, which legalized fireworks, but they have it with noise violations. And they're not enforcing it, and they want to point the fingers at us, and it's not fair.
That's the main purpose of our jobs is in the fire service, is to keep the public safe, and you can only do that if you have the proper laws in place.
Bottom line, it's an explosive issue with passionate opinions on both sides. We'll have to see how it all plays out once the legislation is introduced next month. In Dearborn Heights, Anu Prakash, 7 Action News.